Hello, chicken.
Video contains sarcasm, dry humor, irony, and innuendos. Viewer discretion for the easily offended is advised.
Hey, welcome back, guys. Happy Monday. Hopefully you guys all had a great weekend. I know I did, or at least for the most part. Today's Sunday for me, so the end of the weekend is to be determined. But we do have DoorDash going. We're probably going to do some Spark as well because we have some kind of promo going on. Incentive. Except I didn't look like I should have. So we're going to open up the Spark app. Let's see. Let's try this again. Come on. Alright, let's open up the Spark app. Technology is great when it works. Loading. Open? Oh, thank you. Listen to me. Wait, what the heck is this? Okay, we got logged in. I had to remember what email my Spark account was set up with, and that was kind of hard to do because I signed up for Spark 2 years ago and finally got on. So this is the incentive: $54 for 8 trips. You can still make $40 if you do 6 trips, though. So we may or may not hit that. They added a couple deliveries to the challenge compared to the last few weeks. So I don't know if that's going to happen, but we didn't get deactivated. We were able to log in, so I would definitely consider that a win. All right, we got this 21, 54, 9. It's actually 19 items, a couple multiples. We got a bunch of different random stuff. I think some of it's probably over here. Maybe. Signature classic hummus, sliced pepperoni, and one item's been added, which means they'll probably up the base by 25 cents. And President feta. Chunk. Sure, we'll go with that. Oh, good Lord, they got the Taylor Swift network on the radio, and I can't get this order shopped fast enough. I really hate when the app does that. Scan it. Done. Send it back. A lot of produce. Well, not really a lot. There's like 5 things. Sliced jalapeno peppers, olives, and pickled onions. Can't say that I've ever seen pickled onions. I've seen a lot of other pickled stuff, but not pickled red onions. Sweet and tangy. And signature manzanilla olives. Probably right in front of my face. Yep. Oh, that's not the right one, is it? Nope. They got them hidden in the back. There. All right, let's try this one. The one hang up being 9.5. It's a goddamn watermelon, DoorDash. And of course, the one item that they add after we accepted the order is the only item that's giving us issues. Right. Any similar watermelon?
Doug, customer waiting.
No, we're putting some weight that doesn't matter in. Hello, chicken. Seen it all. No, I haven't. Are you here to help me? Add that to the free spot on your bingo card. Really? You have to move, because I got to move. $10.50 base, $1 tip, $10.70 or $1 bonus, $10.79 tip. Okay, so I get asked probably conservatively about once a week, why do I not park directly in front of the customer's house most of the time? Why I really never park in their driveways, or rarely park in their driveways. There's some areas here there's no choice because they have such a long driveway. I'm not like carrying a bunch of groceries the length of a football field from the road to their front door. That's not going to happen. But regular residential, urban, suburban areas where there's a bunch of houses, I generally don't pull up in front of, directly in front of the customer's house. And you guys ask me about it frequently. And that's okay, because I honestly like you guys asking questions if you're curious about something. And I actually had a comment from the other day. We did an order, and this is what it says. Please don't knock unless you need to check my ID for a purchase. My dogs like to bark. Please don't hover outside house after dropping off. We are shy people and we will not get our food if your car is still within eyeshot. Thank you. It's all about customer service. What we do, it's all about making sure that the customer is happy, making sure that the customer is comfortable, and we see it often. At least I see it often because I pay attention to the news. There's always like DoorDash drivers getting shot, or DoorDash drivers involved in shootings, whether they're the perpetrator or the suspect or the victim. There's also a lot of confrontations between DoorDashers who shouldn't be on the platform to begin with, confronting customers because they feel like the customer didn't tip enough. Don't take the order then. It's what you guys do. It's what I do. If the order's not worth it, I'm not taking it. If the order's worth it, I'm taking it. And if it turns out to be higher base pay and less of a tip, I'm still happy with what I made on that order. So we continue on and we don't, get in the faces of customers. But this is one thing that I do But the reason that I generally will park a house over or a house over on the other side of the street is for that fact. I want to make sure that the customer is comfortable, and I don't want to have to just jump in my car and drive away. Sometimes, depending on the area that I'm in, I like to sit in my car. I'm going to drop the order off. I'm going to walk, next door and across the street, whatever, get in my car. If I'm in my car for a few minutes, I'm not bothering anybody. I'm not bugging. I'm not keeping the customer, from opening up the door and grabbing their order. It's a smooth process. I'm not making the customer feel a certain way, and they're not making me feel rushed. So that's why I do it. It's partly for the customer and partly for me. And let's be honest, most of the time, the reason that the customer wants to leave at door is because they don't want to talk to you. They just don't want to talk to people. They don't feel like peopling that day. And the other reason I park a little bit farther away sometimes is because I need the exercise. I spend most of my day in my car, driving here, driving there. I don't get a lot of exercise. Most of us don't. And I like to get my steps in because I sit a lot. It's all another reason. But in all honesty, I believe that it does help your ratings. I don't think you necessarily get a good rating from, parking a house down or a house down and across the street. But I do believe that it keeps you from getting a bad rating. Kind of like making sure that you put the food to the side of the screen door, not directly in front of the screen door, so that the customer can actually open up the screen door and get their food. Because just because you got it picked up and it was hot and fresh, and you dropped it off and it was hot and fresh, you might still get a bad rating if you're one of those idiots who puts it directly in front of the screen door. And don't tell me that, oh, it's probably because they didn't tip. No. It's just the dashers that aren't paying attention. So pay attention. And if you guys have any other questions, feel free to ask them. If you have any comments or ideas, things that you do to keep your ratings up. And it's not necessarily just to get a good rating. Sometimes you do things just to avoid getting a bad rating. Well, we turned down a $9 8-mile Golden Tusk. I think that's what it was. So hopefully I don't live to regret this. 550, less than 2 mile Black Rock. And I'm already regretting it. It's one drink though, so hopefully maybe it's ready. Yeah, for Brandon. Great, thanks. Wow. Okay, I didn't live to regret it. I moved part of the tape and taped the straw. So that way I don't lose a straw. Unless they lose a receipt. Doorbell broken. Come on, load. $2 base, $3.50 tip. Not bad for one drink. We're just taking every other order at this point. They sent us a $7.25 6.5 mile order. Declined that. Now we're doing this $8 4.4 mile. Oh, appreciate it. Yeah, $8 4.4. No drink either. So it's ready. Verify, can't verify. Bag is sealed. God, I wish I could remember other things the way I remember faces and places. So we've delivered to this person a lot. Actually, I think it's roommates that both order. All right, come on. $4.25 base, $3.75 tip. Another day wrapped up in the books. It was actually a good one, all things considering. I was hoping to get a little bit more done on Spark, but unfortunately that wasn't the case. But DoorDash kind of came through. So I'm gonna break down final numbers for the day. We were online for 6 hours and 30 minutes, roughly, give or take a minute. DoorDash, we did 7 deliveries, and honestly, it felt like we did. I went in and I double checked, but it felt like we did a lot more than 7, like at least 10. But Spark, we had 1 order, got lucky on that one, $47.09. I'll take those $40, $45, $50 orders all day long on Spark, but they only usually send me 2 or 3 a week, maybe on a good week. So for the day, we made $138.47. It was a solid day. It was a solid win. I think we're actually above $20 an hour for the first time in a while. So I will take it. It is a win, guys. It is a win. But until the next video, we'll see you guys tomorrow night in the live. Until then, I always do appreciate all of you for watching, liking, commenting, and subscribing. Whatever order you do it, it's appreciated. Go hug somebody you know, preferably, and make sure that whoever that is probably wearing deodorant, at least freshly showered. And watch out for the crazies. They don't know what showers are.